Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Check, check. I think we're good on the volume. I believe so. Also, I don't think anyone's here yet, but that's okay. Okay, camera moment of truth, because I don't know what it looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty okay. Got the nice little ambient lamp light, and then the lights in the background doing whatever the lights in the background do. Switcherooing, doing whatever. Yeah. We're here. Cool. I have my French press timer going for the coffee. And once that's ready, I guess I'll officially jump into shit. Yeah. Here, I should probably go ahead and let the Discord know real quick. Okay, there we go. I think this is fine. I mean, I know it's like, you know, all up in my face. I think the audio sounds good though. I'm guessing. God, I'm so unsure about anything and everything. Yeah. So, oh no, I did a thingy wrong. Okay. There we go. Got 3.5 minutes left on that timer. And then we'll officially jump into the shit show that is Mörk Borg. This is such a good ambient, like, soundtrack. The Slipgate Quake tribute album, but it's also so quiet. It's so quiet at times. Which, you know, there's nothing wrong with being quiet. Ambience is great, but like, I guess balancing out all the shit going on, you know, it's a little oof, you know. All right. Hopefully some lads from last week are able to join in. That'd be fun. We can only hope. Ah, Infinite Monkey Tales is streaming right now. That's pretty cool. I need to catch their VOD later. I guess they do a weekly stream. Sorry about that. Time is almost up. 1:45. Here, let me switch the track. Wait, is it shuffled? Should be. Damn, it's just hitting me with all of them back to back. Bruh, come on. Goddamn, that's loud. 30 seconds left, roughly. "15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's time. Only doing 1 cup of coffee this time instead of 2. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter stream, probably like 2 hours instead of like 3 or 4. Bop. Oh, my filter's messing up here. I might have my mic volume too high, actually. A little too high. Just a smidge. There we go. Cool. So, I guess it's finally time to jump into it. So, quick little recap time. For last week's session, our party was on their way from Graventosk to Galgenbeck. The party's probably more like over here. And along the way, they encountered a group of cannibals. Now, out of those cannibals, one of them decided that he didn't quite want to die yet, so he gave up on being a cannibal and decided to join the party instead. Basically betrayed his group, betrayed his people, and joined the party. Ooh, sheesh. There we go. So, joins the party. They're on their way. Several points in their journey, they almost end up dying. The cannibal's name is as you can see over in the far left. That's his character sheet. Joins our party. Almost gets decimated several times along with the other party members, along with Jezebel and Six. But they all survive. They end up reaching this keep, and they end up both getting assaulted and assaulting. I guess there's a big misunderstanding there. And so what happens next is that the Burgomeister is like, if you want to live, we will imprison Jezebel and and our brave hero, Six, will have to endeavor on a journey all on his own. That journey being rescuing the Burgomeister's children. Or child, I should say. So sorry. His child. Thus, we begin today's stream, today's journey. It's a solo journey. The Shadow King's Lost Heir is the name of it. So, you face execution for heretical theft, but a masked seer, a courtier of the Shadow King, offered you a chance at life. The king's one true heir, his son Aldan, is missing. Without an heir to the Shadow King's will, Sorry. Without an heir, the Shadow King will eventually be forced to hand his crown to his imbecile brother. Get him back discreetly and wealth. Life and freedom will be yours. It's believed Aldan's imprisoned in an infamous underground locale, a place no free man would willingly go, a place called the Accursed Den. So, 6 is solo in today's journey. He's got 0 days rations. Actually, I'm gonna say he's given 1d6 rations. They're gonna be somewhat kind with him. Oh, they give him 1 ration. Not so calm after all. Or not so kind after all. Blah. So he isn't really given shit. And he's sent off. He's given the directions to the Accursed Den. And he heads off to the Accursed Den. So, eventually he arrives at the Accursed Den, where our journey officially begins. We're gonna make a new little map. Where is it? Oh, wait, no, the wrong option. Let's see. Is this? No. There we go. Okay. Hey, Dono, how's it going? We're about to get into a meat grinder here. A lot of fucked up shit's about to happen. Wait, why is it Hex? I love Hex, but no, that's not what we're going for here. Okay, there we go. Now we need our little character buddy. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. We got our big time boy there. So, oh, what a nerd. So, we arrive at the entrance of the Accursed Den. There's a very stale smell in the air. It's not pleasant, obviously. The entrance is... it simply appears to be like... almost like a cave. The entrance to the Accursed Den is almost like a cave. And as 6 enters, there's like a staircase that goes downwards into it. So it's like... oh wait, no, that's the wrong color. There we go, I think. Is it? No, that line's too thick. Is it this one? Oh, it's still a little too thick. There we go, fuck it. And it's really dark, and 6 doesn't seem to... I don't think... nope, he has no... torches. That's rough. But as he goes down the steps and inwards, he sees a little bit of like some illumination going on over here onwards. And then he enters what appears to be a rather large chamber. This chamber has several oil lanterns hanging from the ceiling. And there is a small little stream of water that kind of runs across the center of the room. The stream of water is probably something like... that. From one hole over here off to some sort of grate over there. Is he going to approach the water? Let's see. Yeah, he's a little bit indifferent, but he starts making his way over, and then he notices that there appears to be a bunch of black violet butterflies that are just kind of flapping helplessly within the water, almost like they're drowning, like they're trying their best to get out, but you know they're wet, their wings aren't gonna work, they can't flap their way out. Now, on the other side of the room is what appears to be 2 doors. There's a door. Let's see, I'm going to use yellow for the doors. There's a door right here and a door right here, roughly. And they're both closed. Now, I guess since 6 has partaken within cannibalism already, out of necessity, mayhaps he will not be kind to the butterflies, I think. Will he take some as rations? Let's see. No, he doesn't care about the butterflies. He's like, fuck the butterflies. He steps on them and makes his way past. Now, from both doors, as he gets closer, he hears very, very, very faint violin being played from off in the distance, far away. Let's see. Does it go left or right? 1 through 3 is left, 4 through 6 is right. Oh, he decides to go right. So, as he makes his way towards the right and cautiously peeks into that room, he feels a little kind of very gentle gust of cool wind, and there's a bit of like slightly smoky air. Appears inside, and he sees what appears to be what appears to be a room, another room. Wrong tool. Wrong tool again. That is very, very, very dimly lit by lanterns. Or torches, I mean. There's also what appears to be 2 beds. One along each side as he's peering inside. There are two skeletons, one on each bed. There's also a giant bookcase along this wall. I think 6, being the brave soul he is, would probably enter with his broken pointed staff poking out just to like check, and probably tries to make his way as carefully as possible across the room, hoping that these skeletons don't pop up, you know, back to life. So we're gonna do a quick little agility test versus a 12 plus 1. So we'll see whether he passes his agility or not. Oof, a 5 is the highest plus 1. 6, no. As he's making his way through, he ends up stepping on something kind of crunchy beneath his feet. And suddenly both skeletons jump up. They jump up from their beds, and now they're kind of like, you know, next to him, surrounding him. And then, as he's trying to figure out what to do, he feels some like dirt kind of fall on him, and he looks up and he sees this crow. It's like a skeleton of a crow that was just hanging upside down, and it begins to like circle around him. So now he's in some real shit. Let me see. Give me just a second. Okay. So, from here, gotta roll initiative. Low roll is bad, high roll is good, to see if we go first or not. We go first. Oh man, what is 6 gonna do? 6 is probably gonna try to use his scroll. 9 violet signs unknot the storm. So let's see if he fails. +10 + 2, 12. Barely passes. Produces D2 lightning bolts, dealing 6 damage each. Okay, so how many lightning bolts? 1 or 2? Only 1. And he's probably gonna chuck it at the bird. Let's see. Oof. The bird shatters into bones all over the place. It's not dead though. The bones are still kind of, you know, moving around. Up next, though, is the 2 skeletons that are surrounding him. They both, you know, gang up on them, and they have what appears to be jagged scimitars. They're probably jagged because they're, like, rusted and broken, and they attempt to attack him. So let's see if he saves from both. Oof. So this one hits him. No, yeah, this one hits him, and this one misses. So as this one swings at him, he tries to move out of the way, but he ends up moving right into this one, and it ends up hitting him. And that deals D4 damage minus D6 armor. Let's see. 1 damage, 5 armor. Okay, but we have the rule that each attack always deals minimum of 1 damage. So takes 1 from running into it, and during this turn, the crow is reassembling itself. It's reassembling itself, and then it jumps up and perches itself on top of the bookcase. So now it's 6's turn again. 6 is going to be a little more conservative with his powers now. Let's see. Probably going to use the broken pointed staff at one of these. Just tries to smack it. So that's strength +3. Whew, that's a good roll. And it's a D4. This one's taken 4 damage, I think. And this one just took... Okay, let's see. And it has some armor... No armor. So it just takes up straight 4 damage. The skeleton falls on the floor. In a pile of bones as well, trying to recollect itself. Now it's the other guy's turns. This one attacks first. So, can we dodge? Nope. Ends up smacking us. Dealing, let's see, 1 damage. So he ends up smacking 6 with a scimitar. Kind of cutting into his armor. And then as that's going on, the bird is going to come flying down and attempt to, like, claw at his head. Yeah, essentially. 10, 11. Oof. So the bird claws at his head and kind of yanks him around. And deals some damage there. Let's see, 2. Oop, only 1. Oh, he's lucky he's got some good armor. Barely affected by any of this. So as this is going on, the skeleton's trying to reform itself during its turn, and 6, being irritated at what's going on, just kind of tries to smack the bird off. Oof. Fails, but deals 1 damage, and that is enough to kill the bird. Now, still distracted from that bird, these two kind of corner him against, you know, the bookcase. And they grab this bed, and they attempt to throw it at him. It's going to be versus a 10 plus 11, since it's kind of tough for them. Oh, natural. So as they're picking it up, he immediately swings at them while they're distracted. And so, let's see, it's, okay. Oh, he kills this one, and he deals enough damage to this one to cause it to fall, and then the bed falls on top of him as well. Ooh, dead. He wiped all these suckers out. All of them are gone, and he's trying his best to catch his breath. He's very winded after fighting 3 skelly boys all on his own. He looks at the jagged scimitars and realizes that they're not worth anything to him at all. So he just doesn't pursue them or really do anything with them. Give me a second, gotta respond to a message. Alright, so the bookcase interests him because it's just kind of there. So he goes up to it and starts looking at it. Oh, he ends up catching a little bit of some sound coming from the other side. It sounds almost like there's some whispering or some voices, some very faint, quiet voices coming from the other side. And he's like, oh, okay, so this is blocking something off. So he's gonna try his best to listen in. So we're gonna use presence +2. Oof. Okay. So he hears what they're saying. He hears some guards talking amongst each other. They have heard his commotion, and they're plotting out what to do next. They're debating whether they should check it or go further down and let others know. And decide that one of them's going to go further along and the other one's going to open the bookcase. So right around this time, he goes and hides underneath here. This bookcase opens up. It's moved. And this dude just kind of like walks out, an armored dude walks out here and starts inspecting the area. Let's see how lucky you get. Oh, very unlucky. So I guess I'm gonna say that the tip of his broken staff is like sticking out and the guard ends up seeing it and kicking it, and it kind of digs into Six's side. So now things are gonna get really bad. Let's see who acts first. Ooh, nice. So 6 is going to attempt to stab the guard through the head. Very, very specific maneuver here. Okay. Doesn't quite succeed fully. It's a partial. He attempts to stab. Ends up slashing across his face. Let's see how much damage. 3 damage. And the guard The guard has leather armor, so he absorbs up to 2 of that damage. Let's see. Okay, he absorbs 1 damage. So takes 2 damage as he does that and then rolls out. And then the guard, having a sword in one hand and the femur in the other, attempts to slap the shit out of our lad here. Ooh, smacks him with both. That's not good. That is not good. 6 and a 4. One and a 2. And our armor. Okay, so he ends up dealing 2 damage to us total. That's rough. Oh no. 6 is kind of panicked here. Kind of sort of freaked out. Oh, what's going on? There's something clearly wrong with the guard. He looks at the guard and his eyes are like glowing red. So even though they were talking to each other earlier, this guard, there seems to be something wrong with him. He's possessed or something. And so 6 decides to use his unclean scroll again. Let's see. Ooh, nice. Good luck there. Has fantastic luck. Ooh, 2. Okay. 4 total. Ooh, that guard absorbs 3 of that damage. It only takes 1. The guard's kind of tossed back a little bit. A little stunted. Yeah, let's see. Suddenly the guard drops to his knees and his eyes are like fading in and out from glowing, and he begins to hold his head and scream in pain. And he collapses. So this guy's collapsed. And 6 immediately runs over here and kind of barricades himself in, because he doesn't really know where else to go or what else to do. Now in this room, he notices it's fairly different. Oh, fuck. So there's this chamber, and there's a hallway down here. And the 2 doors in it are the one from here, and then there's one over here. Now this room that he's in has a very rotten stench to it. It's very, very hot in there. There's sad violin music coming from this little passageway over here. It appears to be a staircase that goes downwards. There's also a fireplace in this room, which is the reason why it's blazing hot. There's a lot of debris everywhere. There's broken chairs, there's a wooden table with some chunks missing and some holes in it. The door off to the side is an iron door by the looks of it. Oh, I messed up. There's 2 doors on this side, actually. Yeah, my bad. So, from here, 6 being the brave soul he is, does he want to take a quick little rest? I think he will. He'll eat his ration and regain some HP real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay. He's gonna try to catch a breath here. Passes. Okay, there we go. And during this time, does anybody show up? Oof, that's not good. So, as he's taking a quick little break here, he begins to hear some footsteps and voices coming from up there, and then he begins to hear the bookcase kind of moving around a bit. That's definitely not a good sign. That's for sure. So, best course of action is one of these two doors. 1 through 3, 4 through 6, left and right, or bottom down. Okay, he's going down that bottom one. He goes through that bottom door. To reveal a new chamber. He goes through it as quickly as possible. I'm gonna roll real quick to see how successful he is at doing it discreetly. +1 agility versus 12. Oh, he does a great job. He goes in real quick. The voices come in and he hears them. They're like, oh, where'd it go? Now in this room, though, that he's entered, he notices it's a fairly large dining hall with a door that connected down south to the other room that he was started in. And then there's another door over yonder, up there. So it appears to be a dining hall. It's very warm and bright in here, but the rotten smell also consists here, just like the previous room. There's very faint, sad violin music that continues to come from further north. The violin music hasn't stopped at all, essentially, this whole time. There are 4 giant oil lamps set up across the dining room table, or dining hall table. It's a long, large wooden table with about 20 chairs, so it's very long. It's got mugs, plates, and spoons set up, but there's no food or drink. And over by the door end, there is a bearded man sitting. His skin is ashen gray, his eyes are dark, he's dressed in a dusty old cloak. It's impossible to communicate with him by the looks of it, because Six tries to talk to him. Tries to get him to respond. But the man's just sitting there. It's hard to tell whether the man's dead or alive, but he's definitely stiff to some degree. Six even sticks his staff into the man's side, and there's no response. Nothing. It's strange. So, Six deems this room to be a waste of time and decides to go onwards to the next one, discreetly again. +1. Okay. He tries to open the door best he can, but it ends up kind of creaking, and the guards in the other room, he hears what's presumably the bookshelf kind of move, and the guards go that way. And he's like, God damn, I'm so close to getting caught, and I'm holed up here. But anyway, next location he enters appears to be a very, very long corridor. Very long and narrow corridor. It's very dark in here, and it's cold. There is a light at the end of the corridor, though, and he hears the violin music much more loudly now. So presumably it's coming from over there. As he's making his way down the corridor, he sees a lot of paintings on the walls that are very bland. They're like landscape paintings of, you know, different sites and whatnot from the end of the world. So, as he reaches the middle of it, the floor suddenly begins to feel shaky, and the pit trap from beneath breaks open, and he falls down. Let's see, can he avoid damage? Let's do a toughness. Sheesh, that's bad. Nope, he takes some fall damage. I'm gonna say it's... yeah, okay. Takes 4, and let's see how much his armor absorbs. Woo, so he takes 1. Okay. So he falls into a pit. Now at this point, they definitely heard the commotion over there. So they immediately make their way over. And the guards find him down there. Are they willing to spare him? He's surrounded. Oh, okay, he got lucky. They pull him out, and they say, "You're our prisoner now." And they take him along. Now, where do they take him, you may ask? Some undisclosed room. He doesn't know where he's at. He's knocked out beforehand, and he awakens again. Doesn't know how long has passed. Probably several hours, though. But he awakens and he's in this room. There's hooked chains hanging from the ceilings. There's bloody tracks on the floor leading seemingly nowhere. There's guards. There's a couple of guards just sitting around chatting with each other, ignoring him. And he's trying to play dead at the moment. But we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. How long does he play dead? Okay. He does his best for 3 whole hours. During this time, at several instances, the guards come and poke and prod at him. Let's see if he gives. Nope. He barely contains it. And he... eventually the guards decide to mayhaps leave. We'll see. Yeah, they decide that he's out cold for a while. They'll leave. No, as soon as they leave, is he gonna try to break out? I guess he probably is. It's probably gonna be an 18 toughness, or no, strength. Strength, my bad. +3. He gets one hand out, and now the other hand is just kind of dangling there. Now, did the guards hear anything? They sure as hell did not. So he's dangling there from one arm. And now he tries his best to get his other arm out. Let's see how long it takes him. Takes him 2 whole hours. And just as he finishes and gets out, and he's got nothing on him, the 2 guards show up again. They see him, and they immediately pull out their swords. Now, desperate little 6 here immediately starts looking around. Let's see if he finds anything he can jump at and take. No, he finds nothing. He's very desperate. There's no tools or weapons around that he can use, and the guards begin to approach him. Let's see who goes first. He goes first. He immediately charges at the right one. And he tries his best to get him into a headlock. +3. Ooh, he succeeds with flying colors. Gets him in a headlock. Kind of holds him in front of himself for the other guard to, like, you know, sit there and try to... basically using him as fodder. And he's basically interrogating him. He's like, you know, where's the Shadow King's son? This guard's like, don't tell him. And this guard really doesn't want to say. And by their stat blocks, by the looks of it, they're not budging. They're not talking. So 6 begins to attempt to choke him out. Let's see, that's strength. Partial success. I'm gonna say it chokes him out for about half damage. 2. Oh, okay. Starts choking him there. This guard starts kind of struggling and having a rough time. And this guard tries his best to, like, get around and try to hit him. Let's see. Can 6 avoid getting hit from the side? Yup. He avoids it easily. In fact, 6 uses his little meat shield here. And this guard ends up smacking his ally. Oof. Ends up gutting him. Now at this point, this guard freaks out, panics. And let's see what happens once he panics. Does he flee or does he surrender? He surrenders and he rats out the information. And 6 picks up the other guard's sword. Let's see. Where is it? There we go. Tells this guard to lead him to his stuff. So he gets him his stuff. Gives it back to him. And now 6 is armored again. Now 6 also decides to try to loot the guard he just killed. And out of his monies, he finds 12 silver. And then he demands that this guard give him his silver as well. He has a measly 6. So that happens. And now 6 kind of holds him from the back and just kind of has his sword to his throat and kind of is like, lead the way. So the guard begins to lead the way. From the chain room that they were in over to the next room over, which appears to be a statue room. It stinks of sulfur, and there is rot black sludge all over the ground. In the center of the room, there's the black statue of the one-eyed King Leonard II. There is an obvious cavity where the eyes would be. And does he notice anything about that? Yeah, so he notices that where the eye should be, there's blood stains in the eye sockets. Now, at this point, 6 gets the guard on his knees and kind of pushes his face towards the rot black sludge, and he's like, what happens if, you know, your face goes into that? And the guard is just freaking out. He's like, no, it's hot, you know, don't do this to me. And 6, being the vile, disgusting, depraved fuck he is, decides to push the guard's face, just the cheek, just barely inside. In the scorching heat of the festering rotback sludge begins to burn away. Yeah, he just loses a chunk of his face. It's disgusting. And 6 says, if you want to live, take me to the sun's room. So the guard agrees, takes him along to a room over. So in this room that they're in right now, to the east, along the stone wall, it looks like any other stone wall, but the guard presses a specific stone and the wall begins to open. Now this room, there's various torches along the wall. It's very hot in this room, probably from all the torches. It's a tiny room. It's like the size of a walk-in closet, essentially, and there's violin music in this room. At the other side, there's a small bench, a small wooden bench that looks like it's chipping and falling apart. And the guard says, "This is the kid. This is the king's son." And so you see Alden, the son. He's sitting on a bench, gnawing at human bones. He's very kind of pudgy, and he looks over and he has got like a very arrogant attitude. And Six is like, "Kid, I'm not here to, start some shit. I'm trying to get you out, to get you back to your father." And Alden's like, "Well, it's about time father sends someone to rescue me." And so, Six pushes the guard forward to release the child. And he does so, begrudgingly. He releases the kid. And then the kid's like, "I don't want to leave. I really don't want to go." And Six kind of puts his sword to the kid's throat and says, "If you don't go, you could just die here." And he's like, "Well, at least say feed me here." Yeah, Alden definitely doesn't want to go for some reason. So Six ends up tripping the guard, and the guard falls on top of the kid and ends up like slicing him with a sword, just barely enough to hurt him. And Alden's like, "Oops, I'm sorry." And the kid's like crying and freaking out. He's not really a kid, he's grown, but like I call him a kid because he acts like it. Anyway, he's crying, and Six says, "Oops, it was an accident. I guess these guards are kind of clumsy, huh? If you want to stay here and perhaps die and fuck yourself like you just did with the guards, you can." And Alden's like, no, please, take me." He kind of wants to go now that he's been finally hurt. And so the guard, escorts them out as carefully as possible. And thus, they make it out of the rot black sludge. Surprisingly. No casualties. I'm surprised. I thought this was going to go worse. And Six takes this guard along with him as potential insurance. None of the other guards notice them on the way out. They don't even come across any of them. And they make their way back. And that is where... Oh, it's only been an hour. But I don't have much planned beyond this. And I don't want to do too much. I thought this was going to be much longer, is the thing. But yeah, that's where this ends for today. It was a short one. Didn't really have much time to do anything too long now. But yeah, next Friday I will not be streaming Mörk Borg. In 2 weeks I'll be back at it. I just need to take a little break for some other stuff next week. But yeah, it was fun. I thought it was going to be a little more rough, but hey, we take what we can get. So I will catch y'all later.